an updated legendary gem synergy guide. Let's watch
There's
this.
70 legendary gems to choose from, so it can often be hard to know which ones will work best. There are a few that are in all cases the best, but some of them require a little bit more insight to know if they're the best for you. After watching this video, my goal is for you to be able to look at your legendary gems and pick at least 1 or 2 better options to increase your DPS. And if you don't have anything to change, then you'll at least understand how damage works a little bit more, and that can help you get more DPS from other sources.
Oh, listen, guys, he also converted. He got converted to the wizard. Wizard gang, boys. Everyone is wizard right now.
So this video is about legendary gems and how you'll know what gems can be better without even having to put them on. The first thing you need is to have a small understanding of the damage formula. And I know it looks daunting, and that's because it is, but you don't need to read all of it and memorize any of it.
Yeah.
All you need to know is that you need to get as...
It's way simpler than he actually makes it seem here. If you read step by step, is actually not, or like we have someone breaking this down for you, is not that bad.
As many relevant boosts as possible, increase your crit hit chance and crit hit damage, and then understand how little of an effect resonance provides on its own. So if we take a look at the left side of this picture, we can see that it mentions relevant modifiers from 2 places, gems, and things like magic attributes and reforges. But for this, we only really care about the legendary gem part.
So this is the part that a lot of people, they only focus. They only focus on the build, the green set items, and the legendary ancestors. And then they are like, oh, Indez, why am I not doing as much damage as you? Yeah, because you're forgetting about everything else. You're literally forgetting about everything else. Where is your crit? Oh, you have 8% crit? Oh, no wonder you're not like doing damage.
Boosts in the game. All damage boosts, skill damage boosts, and primary attack damage boosts. And you need to figure out what type your class is or your specific build benefits the most from. So in order to do this, you go to the dummy, attack it for a little bit, and then check the breakdown on the side to see where your damage is coming from. If you're like me on Wizard, then you have absolutely no damage coming from your primary attacks.
Yeah.
So your relevant modifiers are skill damage and all damage. But for classes like Tempest, you'll see that you're getting a lot of damage from your primary attack. And yes, Rolling Surf is a primary attack, not a skill. I have a video covering this, which I'll link below if you're interested. So for Tempest, your relevant modifiers are going to be primary attack damage and all damage boosts. You still do get some benefit from skill damage boosts, but they're not as good. And quickly, before we move on, I want to mention that attack speed not only increases your primary attack speed, but it also increases your skill's attack speed.
Yes,
so this
sir.
makes attack speed an important stat, even on classes like Wizard. And you can see this just by checking the tool.
This is like something that I also see like people making this mistake, because like in the traditional games, most of the times the attack speed is only for the primary attacks. But in Diablo Immortal, and also other games, other ARPGs, is like for everything. But many people, they don't even know that they can actually tap on top of like the attributes, and there is like this pop off. Like they don't know like what the like, for example, Armor Pen will do, just because they never tapped it on top of it. They just open the menu, they read, but they don't read the description.
Tip. Real quick before I move on with the video, I just want to mention that almost 80% of you guys are not subscribed. So if you do enjoy the video, or if you do learn something, subscribe. Trying to reach my goal of 2,000 subscribers. We're almost there at the time of making this video.
Wait. He's already. Oh, there it is, boys. There it is. You know what? Like, I should also do these, because I think like 60% of you guys are still not subscribed to the channel. So maybe, does it work? Probably works for him. Like, look at him, man. In the past days, he got like 200 subs. That's insane. That's insane. We definitely need to do these, man.
Trying to reach my goal of 2,000 subscribers. We're almost there at the time of making this video.
I'm almost at 15,000.
Now let's take a look at my own gems and how I go about optimizing them. Then you can use this as a blueprint for yourself. And I'll also be showing you the power of using
Equi-Shade. Okay.
Auxiliary gems throughout this. So my maximum resonance is 5,004. But the gems I'm using to get there are not the best.
Yeah,
especially for a skill damage class. My Equi-Shade is basically doing nothing. And my
I approve this message, boys. I approve this message.
Cask will never even proc when I'm using this build, and even if it did, it only provides
And
a
more of the
primary
DP so
attack
bad.
damage boost. So this is a good gem for like Tempest and DH, but not at all for Wizard. So my damage on the dummy with this build is 7.9 million damage per second, or 483 million damage in 1 minute. So let's take a look at what I can do to improve this.
Yeah, so it has half of the damage that I have with 1,800 resonance. And the reason is because of the legendary gems, man.
I have a rank 2 Blood Flow and a rank 1 Colossus Engine, and these two gems provide me with relevant boosts, so if I ox them in instead of the Echoing Shade and Gloom Cask, then I will surely get a damage increase. And hopefully you can also now understand this before I even test it. But if we take a look at my DPS now, I'm up 1 million DPS to 9 million damage per second, or 542 million damage in 1 minute. And I'm only getting the rank 1 effect from these gems. If I had them at rank 4, I would socket them in, not only for the Awakening slot, but at every even rank, that's when the main or the better boost from your gems are upgraded. And this is consistent with every gem in the game. So for instance, Pain Clasp, the damage increase is increased at rank 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and the odd ranks, 3, 5, 7, 9. What gets increased is the movement speed you gain. And now there's another gem that I'm using that's only giving me a small % damage increase, which I can do something better and use a different gem. And that is my Maw of the Deep. At rank 6, it's providing me a 12% armor break, which is essentially an all damage boost, but it's only for 6 seconds. So I'll use a Pain Clasp instead of it, which is another all damage boost. And if you're also in this position, you can get a better effect with a Pain Clasp that's as low as rank 4. Because at rank 4, Pain Clasp is providing 30.
There's here like one specific thing is like this 12%. It is for everyone on your party or on your raid. So there are I remember that I watched someone like on the raid party that for the gauntlets. I think one of them used to use like this because it used to increase 12% the damage of the whole raid. But if anyone can confirm that, I am pretty sure of this.
15%. But luckily mine's rank 10, so I'm getting a whopping 24% from it. And that's double the effect of the Maw, along with always being active. So after switching this one gem in, it brings my damage up to just over 10 million DPS, or 602 million damage in 1 minute. So now let's look back at the gems I already have auxiliary inlaid. The rank 1 effect of the Colossus Engine is only 15% damage for 6 seconds, really more like 11 seconds. And the rank 1 effect from the Blood Flow is only 9% damage done, and 18% crit hit damage increase, again for about 11 seconds. So I can look at what gems provide me with the relevant modifiers and pick some better options. Luckily, there are 2 1-star gems that are very good at this, those being Atropic Well, which is an always active 16% skill damage increase, and Surging Sea, which gets you up to 24%.
Bro, these 2 gems are so wild. Especially this one. 24% damage boost in a 1-star. This is literally the same attack boost as Bottle Hope at rank 10 gives. And it is all the time. Obviously, you need to have a spammy build. It doesn't work in all the builds, right? But it is crazy. It is literally a 1-star. How can these have the same damage multiplier as a Bottle Hope rank 10?
Skill damage. And it takes like no time to ramp up to 24%. So it's basically an always active 24%. So after swapping these gems for the ones that I have off,
it's crazy.
My resonance drops down to 3,840, but my damage increases up to almost 11 million DPS, or 668 million damage in 1 minute. Again, this is due to the percentages being bigger and being always active. The resonance itself was not really giving me much. But now, I mentioned earlier how important attack speed is, and this is why I'm personally using a Void Spark and a Wolf Heart. They also do a little bit of damage on their own with their abilities, but the attack speed is what's really boosting me. So I'm getting 12% attack speed for about 11 seconds with the Void Spark, and then the Wolf Heart is giving me 10.5% for about 5 seconds.
Yeah, but these you need to have like crazy. Like you have to go like really high on the ranks, and this is like literally super unachievable, like rank 7 for free to play or low spenders, right? So the easiest way is actually to go with the Bottle Hope, with the Grim Rhythm. The Battle Pass gem, you slot it in and you get like a 20 something % attack speed which is really, really good.
And the reason I mention this is because if I were to try and aux in the same two gems from earlier, Colossus Engine and Bloodflow.
No, you're not understanding. It is 2.4 and it stacks 10 times, which means it is going to be 24% after the 10 stacks.
Then we won't really see an increase in my damage specifically, even though those two gems are better.
It doesn't work on the spin bar,
these gems in, my damage decreases a little bit to 10.4 million DPS or 624 million damage in 1 minute. It's not a big difference, but that's only because I have my Void Spark and Rollfort to rank 7. So if they were lower ranks, or if I had Bloodflow and Colossus Engine ranked up, then I would for sure socket those instead. But maybe you don't have the 5 stars you can socket here, or you can't aux these two gems in that I mentioned, so let's add in some additional 1 and 2 stars instead. I'll replace these two gems with a Fervent Fang and a Berserker's Eye.
Bro, he has almost the same setup that I'm using. I am just not using the Bottle Hope because mine is not as high as his, but it is almost the same.
Now, depending on your class, if you don't have a Fervent Fang, you can try Mother's Lament, Spectre Glass, Bloody Reach, Morn Skull, or Crimson Behelit. I don't have those last two gems I mentioned, so I can't personally test them, but their effects are pretty good even at low ranks. And the reason I'm putting these two gems in are because they provide all damage.
They are crazy.
So for most builds, these are going to be some of the best options. And if we take a look at my DPS with this setup, I'm at a very similar 10.4 million DPS, or 628 million damage in 1 minute. Also, keep in mind, I'm now down almost 2,200 resonance from my original build, but I'm up almost 2.5 million damage per second. And then the final thing I'm going to show is slotting in a Pain of Subjugation instead of my Bottled Hope. The Bottled Hope is very nice because it gives an all damage boost and also provides some cooldown reduction.
Yo, Vladon, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you so much for the battle pass, dude.
But it's only active for, again, about 11 seconds. So for me, when I switch this in for a Pain of Subjugation, my damage is now just below 10 million DPS, or about 588 damage in 1 minute. This is not the most damage I've been able to do in the video, but still, we're just about 2 million more DPS than I was at my full 5k reso. And now I'm at less than half at 2438 resonance.
It can go
this
lower
should really
though.
Drive home how little of an effect resonance has on its own. But also, in order to use the Pain of Subjugation, you need to have some sort of loss of control in your build. This is very easy to do because loss of control casts a very wide net, slows, and attack speed reductions count as loss of control.
I will personally not build this one, but that's just me. Hey, that's just me.
As well, but even if you
I already interviewed this guy. This guy was the guy that came like 3 days ago.
don't have loss of control in your build, the loss of control from other players will proc your Pain of Subjugation. So this is a good 1-star gem that anyone can try to use in their build. Now that we've taken a look at how I've optimized my build, here's what you can do to figure this out.
And understand something, the bosses are not affected by loss of control. So having the Pain of Subjugation, it is actually a dead slot whenever you're facing a boss. So that's why I don't think it's a good thing to do it
yourself. If you have similar gems to me, then you can basically just copy what I've done. But if you don't, all you need to do is look at the percentages that you're currently getting, then look at what gems can potentially give you better percentages instead of those. You can use this website ditools.com, which I'll link below, to see the effects of almost every single gem at any rank. It doesn't have the most recent gems in the game, but has basically everything up to Wolfheart Morn Skull. So if you have an all damage boost that's, for example, only 12% for 6 seconds, then try to replace it with another all damage boost that's...
Yeah, I know it's crazy maths, guy, and I know it's a crazy concept, but bigger number, better damage. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy.
Always active and the same or better percentage. And if your build is all skill damage, then skill damage boosts are effectively all damage boosts. So there's a lot more options for you with that. And then don't forget about the importance of crit hit chance. So this is why I'm always using a Roiling Consequence in my builds. And this is what makes using a Mother's Lament very good. You can use it either with your Roiling or in its place. As well, keep in mind that a lot of the 5-star gems will have a secondary effect that is providing you some sort of damage boost. For example, with Gloomcask, the secondary effect is that it increases your primary attack damage, so that's a good gem for primary attack builds. Or Chip of Stone Flesh, This is going to give you an armor break, which is essentially an all damage boost. And this is something that is incredibly good, for example, on Crusader. So a lot of the 5-star gems will not be straightforward in that they're giving you a boost, but once you rank them up, usually past rank 3 is when they'll get this secondary boost. So now that we've gone over everything, hopefully you can now tweak your own build and increase your own DPS. If you do still have any questions, please leave them in below in the comments, or you can join my Discord and ask a question there. Link to the Discord is in the video description. And thank you all for watching. Please like the video
This
if
is
you
a
enjoyed.
good video, man.
Subscribe.
It's like, it's crazy for people, you know, like they are getting into the game to really understand how they, like, these damage percentages and things, and it can be overwhelming because, like, what happens a lot of times, you know, like as you show here, people go for the flashy things, right? Like they look, okay, if I keep everything with my 5 stars, I'm going to be very powerful. The higher the number of the resonance I have, the more damage I'm going to do. But in reality, when it comes to the PvE, it's not like that at all. So you can literally go out of your way, you keep like these 1 and 2 stars, and yeah, you're probably gonna do way more damage, and it's not gonna be as expensive as you can think. Like that's why even as a free-to-play player now on the Wizard, like very recently on my stream, I was able to reach over 865 million damage, and 2 days before that I was like 500 million. And the reason is I started crafting a lot of like these gems, like the Surging Stone and like these two, man. Like these two on the Wizard are absolutely a must-have. These will boost your damage by so much. Then you also have the Berserker Eye, man. Berserker Eye, Surging Stone, and Tropic Well. They are a blast. They are a blast. Well, great video here from Lonely. Let me drop you a like. Go there, drop me a like and a sub if you still didn't.